The Legends League, the Legends Cricket Trophy gets going again today. This is match 2 after last night's opening match with the opening ceremony tonight. Or today rather, it's a double-header. The Rajasthan Kings against the Kandy Samp Army. That's our second match, the first of the day. It's coming to you live from the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. The Legends Cricket Trophy, which is a tournament that comprises matches which are reduced to 15 overs per innings. 15 overs per innings. So it's a new format for virtually all these players. And as the name in the title suggests, they are all legends in their own right. Robin Uthappa is captain of the Rajasthan Kings. Aaron Finch, the World Cup winning Australian skipper, here for the Kandy Samp Army. Irfan Pathan with Kevin O'Brien for the Kandy Samp Army. Household names in cricket's rich tapestry. And here there is no better setting than we have for the picturesque in the hills, in the mountains, here in the middle of this beautiful island of Sri Lanka, as we're in the stadium, the Pallekele Stadium. I was there a little earlier with the two captains.
Heads the call from Irfan.
Irfan Pathan won the toss, told Robin Uthappa, we're going to have a little bowl. Watch it. Yeah, here we go. He said, I'll tell him first. So the Kandy Samp Army will have a bowl first. So have a look at the batting side. Rajasthan Kings with Robin Uthappa, Angelo Pereira, Kirk Edwards, Peter Trego, the Somerset and England all-rounder, Ashley Nurse, the West Indian who really gets on with it, Hamilton Mazakadza, Parvinder Awana, Shadab Jakarti, Manpreet Bhuni, Jatin Saxena and Robin Bist. And for the Kandy Samp Army, Irfan Pathan with some big names here: Aaron Finch, Upul Taranga, Yusuf Pathan, his brother, Stuart Binney, Kevin O'Brien, Tino Best, the fast West Indian from Barbados, Christopher Mpofu from Zimbabwe, bowls a heavy ball, as indeed Shabaz Nadine, the left-arm spinner, John Russ Jagisar and Trevon Griffith. So a lot of these names have been around in Legends cricket for a long time. Some of them still trying to make their way into this new format. A reminder that the Kandy Samp Army, Irfan Pathan, the skipper, he won the toss and chose to field. Here's John Kent.
Well, great to see you, and we've got a wonderful match ahead of us. All set. Some of the Samp Army doing their prep and very important fielding as part of this the performance out there as a side. And a hot day, I've got to say, it's extremely hot. So it's time to go now. Time to go to Alan at the pitch report.
Match number 2, and we had an opening match last night which was just 9 overs per side because of the rain that we had before the match. So it's a bit difficult to calibrate in terms of figures because this tournament is a curtailed tournament with 15 overs per innings. But let's just take a look at this pitch, because this is the same pitch as last night. It's got some nice grass on it, a little bit tufty, which is why last night some of the spinners enjoyed their time here. What will be one of the factors for the captain who wins the toss is it's a very hot day in the afternoon. In the evening, you get possibly a little bit of dew and a little bit of movement, but not in the brutal heat of the afternoon. So if you're looking to have the first advantage on this pitch, I would say you can even bat first, set a total, because that's what happened last night in the 9-over game. Remember, this is only 15 overs. Generally, in T20 cricket, a side likes to put the other side in and they like to chase. They like to know the target. But here, in this bright, hot sunshine, you can bat first. It won't make any difference.
Great to hear about action down in the middle. It's a beautiful day, warm, humid, extremely hot conditions. So hopefully all the players stay hydrated. Getting on. Roshan caught up earlier with Peter Trego.
So Peter, let me start off. It's a new format, 90 balls. What are your thoughts? Yeah, well, obviously you probably, as a batter, got to accelerate a little bit more. The bowlers are going to have to be cleverer, but no, it's been fantastic. You know, the Legend Series are going on all over the world now. India, now Sri Lanka, some fantastic players, and I'm sure they've got that experience just to adapt to those, you know, lesser balls, 30 less balls.
How is the mood in the dressing room, having your peers and also having some of your rivals, all of you playing together?
Well, it's brilliant because I played in a final last week, and some of the guys that are now in my team we played against. So last week we were enemies, and now we're friends. So no, it's an interesting dynamic. But you know, it's a huge honour for me to play with some absolute legends of the game, and you know, in particular, our captain Robbie Uthappa. I've played against him a few times, so great to have him on my side.
How is it to be in Sri Lanka?
Oh, it's fantastic. Second time I've ever visited Sri Lanka. It was amazing. Had a couple of days where we went to the Victoria Golf Club, had a lovely, relaxing few days. But now in Kandy, down to business. As an Englishman, obviously the heat is quite intense, so it's going to take a bit of getting used to. And probably not ideal that I'm wearing black, but I'm sure we'll have a great time.
All right, all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, Peter Trago, who will be featuring for the Rajasthan Kings, got a celebrated career for his county Somerset in England. Over 600 games, I should just add, that Peter Trago played for Somerset, but he didn't play for England, and I think that's possibly, this is the stage for him to nudge one or two of those former England selectors and say, you know what, you missed out. You missed out. Aaron Finch wearing 5, he certainly didn't miss out. He still adorns the international stage with his prowess with the bat. So we've got a whole host of former international cricketers here, and it would take all day to go through their CVs, so we're just going to drop in and out on some of them. But I can just tell you that these players are geared up for the contest, and of course we do have the match tonight. Tino Best there wearing 36, the West Indian. He still loves to bowl fast. Honestly, John Kent's alongside, former South Africa all-rounder. And the huddle, what do they talk about there, John? What are the last, who has the final word? The skipper?
They're trying to say, look after yourself, boys. Don't pick up any unnecessary injuries here. So off they go. Final words of encouragement. Big game for them. And they are going to look forward to a really good performance, with led, spearheaded, as you say, by Tino Best, who looks in wonderful condition, fit, strong as ever.
And I should congratulate him too, because he just told me on my way back that he's become a grandfather, and he's absolutely delighted. I said grandpop, he said grandpa, so he certainly put me in my place. So Tino Best, congratulations, granddad. And I would almost like to use that term. He's the granddad of some of the fast bowling contingent now in the West Indies, because he has set standards, certainly for fitness, over the years. Irfan Pathan, the skipper, I remember being in the commentary box when he made his test debut against Australia in December 2003, and his first test wicket, Matthew Hayden, caught behind. And he's been a wonderful ambassador for the game and for his country, India. But now it's Legends cricket, and even John Kent alongside, we're beginning to say, look, if there are 1 or 2 injuries, John Kent, have you got your kit with you, John?
To do a bit of kits sourcing in its very short space of time. But there he is, Robin Uthappa, marching out, leading from the front. Wonderful to see. He also looks in good nick, and hopefully he can entertain us thoroughly today.
Yeah, Robin Uthappa is he's absolutely trimmed down. I didn't recognize him. We walked past, I said, Robin, where's your bigger brother? And there we are. His opening partner is Kirk Edwards, another of the contingent of the West Indies players. So this could be a nice little contest here. Kirk Edwards against Tino Best. He's not going to open the bowling. Well, we're going to see Jajon Russ. Well, the last time I saw him bowl, he bowled off spin. But you never know these days, because they learn all these different skills. John Russ.
Off stump.
No. So it looks like we're going to see off spin to start. Reminder, it's 15 overs per innings.
Right arm over.
Rajasthan Kings are batting, having been put into bat by Irfan Pathan's Kandy Samp Army. They're in the field. Robin Uthappa
Okay, guys, let's play.
will start as his customary position to open the innings. So the Legends Cricket Trophy underway on day 2 at a blazing hot day. Here's Jagasar. Almost chops it on. Well, they won't know much about this pitch. So many of these players will have played on it, but to know the nuances of the pitch straight away, which is why some captains like to bowl first.
Not sure what a good score is to chase as well. So last night there was some deliveries with the new ball. They just skidded on as these two balls have done so far. See, he's got a little bit of a drift away from the right-handed Uthappa. And the fielders, he's decided on patrolling the boundary long on and deep mid-wicket. He's off the mark. It's a big moment for any player, no matter what you've done. World Cups.
Well, apart from the fact that you've got a number against your name, it gets the legs going. It gets you out of the crease, you're not stuck there. You don't have too many deliveries to look at the bowling. 15 overs for innings. Last night we had a truncated game of 9, which was novel. Upul Taranga is the keeper.
Another arm ball just drifting away from the right-handed Edwards.
Kirk Edwards should know a little bit about the bowler, fellow West Indian, and Jagasar's just come back from playing in the Bangladesh Premier League. So that slip goes out now for the last ball of this first over. It's a good over so far. Talk about closing the deal now with the last ball. Make it a dot ball. There you go. You can't close the over. You've got to concentrate for all 6. The Kings 5 for no wicket from 1.
Thought it was a pretty decent first over there. A bit of hard luck towards the end. Took the slip out and nicked through that region. First boundary for the Samp Army. Have a look. He holds it in a seam-up position. It's a little bit of a way swing. We saw some swing with the new ball bowlers. Last night Fidel Edwards got some good swing in the evening, and new ball is a little bit to offer for you.
I just wonder why he did bowl that though. The last ball he just bowled decent deliveries, a whole clutch of deliveries turning into the pads, the off spinner. Just surprised. There we go, the 90-ball cricket rules. That's what we've got for the Legends Cricket Trophy. Each innings of 90 balls, there's 15 overs. Every innings must be completed in an hour and 10. Maximum time for the first over is 4 minutes 30 seconds. That's a lot of time. Team bowling short will be penalised with overs while batting. The teams must use 5 bowlers each inning, each bowling 3. Captain must declare the bowler to bowl 4 overs by the 60th ball. That's important. The bowling power play is 1 to 24. There's plenty for captains to keep themselves occupied with. Christopher Mpofu from Zimbabwe. Oh, well fielded in the end. Kevin O'Brien with the backing up to stop what would have been 4 overthrows.
I like his shoes there as well. I tell you what, O'Brien's got the old Irish green sparks on as well. Another look, trying to whip it on the onside. Here comes the sharp, brilliant backing up. O'Brien, there he goes. Great stop. That was 4 overthrows written all over it.
Down the pitch.
Hold on, brother, yo.
So well played. Uthappa. Robin Uthappa is still a player of high quality, certainly in these Legends tournaments. And Christopher Mpofu, the Zimbabwean, does shape the ball, gets a good away swinger on his day.
He's got a low arm, quite a slingy action, and at the moment he's right on target. And not long ago he was playing fully fledged internationals as well.
That's the one. That's the one he likes to. It's almost like a slinger's action, a little bit low, as you say, John. The arm comes a bit low, and that helps with your fingers around the right-hand side of the ball, which is where you can get a nice arc to the right-hander.
Also the off-cutter slow deliveries, and when the ball gets older, he also had that skill of getting some late reverse swing with that slingy action, so he's got lots of variation up his sleeve as well. And good to see the skipper asking him to take this new ball and give him that responsibility as well.
I think we're going to have a change here now. I think, yeah, because in the top left of your screen, that was the third man who's come up inside the circle now, and an extra fielder has gone out onto the deep mid-wicket. There we are, the right of your screen. They're expecting some fireworks from Uthappa. How about that? That was one of those mild fireworks. It's 4 runs with a little sort of nudge off the hip.
Oh, he's toying with the bowler here. This is really audacious stroke. Robin Uthappa, I'll tell you what, he looks as though he's been in the nets getting a bit of extra practice here, and you've got to be sharp, you've got to be on the money from the first delivery faces. And look how inventive that is, well outside the off stump, ramping it over fine leg.
Yeah, you take a sort of a screenshot of the fielders around you, and that's what Uthappa knew where he was going. Oh, slapped on the walk, slapped for 6, straight over long off. Useful in anyone's language.
That just looked so easy for him. Looked like it was slow motion. He executed this one, and tell you what, he didn't try and hit this too hard at all. He just stroked through that. Wonderful timing. Look at that, just a little chip shot for 6.
On the move. On the move, Robin Uthappa. Bowled. That's a good riposte from Mpofu. 2 gone, 17 for no wicket.
Run in, guys, run in. Come on. We're gonna keep it fair one time.
So showing us the 360 here. He's showing us all his strokes. Beautiful outfield, and pitch is looking in wonderful condition. Really commend groundsman, done a wonderful job.
Yeah, 2 gone. 2 of the 13 left. Jagisar, West Indian off spinner. So Irfan Pathan has got a plan here. He hasn't gone with the new ball with the quickest of the bowlers, Tino Best. Maybe he's keeping him for the death, the last 3 or 4 overs.
One.
Well, he's seeing the ball very large in focus, Robin Uthappa. He's literally having the confidence to walk down the pitch to the pace bowler and to the spinner.
I think you don't play him like a regular spinner. At the moment, he's just drifting the ball away to the right-handers. Mid-off up in the ring, that could be an option. To hit down the ground. Just trying to pick up that area mid-off up in the ring. That's where he was looking to pick up the boundary. As well as the skipper, that's where he's looking. Leg side, surely as well.
Yeah, 42 50s in T20 cricket, Robin Uthappa. Oh, he's placed this for 4. It's almost as if he's predetermined where in the ground it's going to go. He's got a good strategy here, Uthappa.
Not the worst delivery, really. Decent length. He's heaved it between long on and mid wickets. The old bottom hand. Don't mind that. Don't have to run for those.
It's gone again. At the moment, they don't know where to bowl to Robin Uthappa. The former India player is toying with the bowling.
The boundary rider's not moving the quickest either, to be fair. But he's got his dimensions. He's got his placement. Right on song here. Have a look at the fielders. They had no chance. Didn't time it brilliantly, but the placement superb.
He's given the Rajasthan Kings, his team, a perfect start here. 21 from 11, that's a strike rate of 190.
That's it.
This could be out. Oh, it's been parried. Aaron Finch is the man there, was underneath it. He couldn't quite get off the ground to make the catch at 6.
He took the hand off. He took his hand off the bat and you worried he was going to hold out. Looped, tempted. Aaron Finch in the dip kept him interested right to the very end, and he jumped. One hand, his strong left hand, and he couldn't knock it back. So 6 the result, and that is a brilliant over of 17 off it.
Robin Uthappa with Kirk Edwards, Angelo Pereira, Pete Trego, Ashley Nurse, Hamilton Mazakadze. There's a lot of batting in this Rajasthan Kings side, especially now after this start.
Absolutely brilliant start, the dream start I talked about last night. A bit slow to start in the second innings in the run chase, and what they've done here, they've come out the blocks quickly. Uthappa,
Come on, guys.
really good start from him. So Shabaz Nadeem, left arm orthodox finger spinner, has been introduced.
Gone after this again, well fielded. Stuart Binney, former
Come on, boys.
India middle order bat and a swing bowler, also played for a number of years for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL. Here we've got the Kings, the Rajasthan Kings, who are batting.
Come on, boys. Run here, boys.
So they've got 5 deliveries left in this opening power play, and they really want to try and pick up some more boundaries. So long on, we saw Binney patrolling that long on area as well as a deep mid wicket. So now this is an opportunity to pick up some more boundaries for the skipper.
Up and over, lovely shot from Uthappa. It's 6 more. That really was blessed with elegance from Uthappa.
Tell you what, he's at 3 4s, 3 6s already. Just his 13 ball stay at the crease, moves on to 33. Just so beautiful to watch. The timing, the placement, lovely elevation, and just lobbed it over the boundary rope again.
Certainly making his mark. 33 from 13. Strike rate's gone up to 258. Nowhere safe. He's looking for singles to go with the boundaries as well, and that's what's keeping the
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Kandy Samp Army side on their toes. They really can't take their eyes off him.
I wonder how long it'll take until he introduces the pace of best here to try and make this early breakthrough.
Bowled him. Went too far. Edwards has gone. He's been a spectator for most of the innings, and when he got down there, I'm afraid he couldn't deal with it.
That's right, you've got to get the old hamstrings ready for this one, getting that front leg a long way down for the sweep shot, but as you mentioned, way too far across, exposing that leg stump. And Nadeem has struck in his first over. Kirk Edwards on his way for 8. Kings 42 for 1.
Just a little surprised that the Kandy Samp Army camp has kept with spin when they've got the likes of Tino Best and Stuart Binney in the side as well. Hamilton Mazakadze again is another one of these top order bats who come from the realms of big hitters. Hamilton, who loved to occupy the crease for many, many overs in all forms of cricket for Zimbabwe.
So here he comes loading up. He's a powerful unit. They've got to slip in position as well. And now I tell you, this is interesting. Only 3 fielders on the leg side. No, they've changed it up once again. So 2 behind, square on the leg side in the ring, and then the deep mid wicket and long on, where they've been patrolling. Those are the boundary riders. 2 deliveries left in this power play.
Can't drop it short, you'll be punished. That's 4 through that point area.
Well, that's the way to get off the mark. Not the best delivery, for sure. Masakatsa clowned all over this offside field, up in the ring. Lovely stroke to get himself underway. A real confidence booster early on here.
Four gone, and the Kings are 46 for 1.
Come on, guys, come on, guys.
And that's a power play.
That's the one wicket that has gone. Nadeem, the bowler, and Kirk Edwards went way across outside his off stump and exposed his leg stump, which was knocked back. John Kenton High will be vacating. Hilton Ackerman HD, known to his friends, with Roshan Abasinghe.
.46 for 1. It's a very good start for Rajasthan Kings. They're doing well here. They got off to almost a flyer. Captain making 34-14. Got Masakadza just in. Boundary of the first ball. It's a hot, it's a humid day. Yeah, it's a confirmation that the power play is done. That's the first 4 overs, 46 for 1. It's a very good power play for Rajasthan Kings. Don't forget, Kandy Samp Army won the toss. They elected to field. Started with spin. This is Binny. This is good. Watching them take those singles, HD. I didn't think that would happen. I think it might be more boundaries and sixes.
Yeah, I think the amount of singles that are taken will be determined by how long the player's been out of the game. Robin Uthappa hasn't been out the game long. Really played brilliantly during his career in the IPL.
Masakadza, he looks even bigger now. He looks so massive unit, doesn't he? I'm sure he can pack a punch even during his playing days. Down the ground, at the moment it's only singles. But they've already hit 5 4s and 3 6s. The majority of them have come through Uthappa. That's a look at that dugout. It's a hot, humid day, I'll tell you. It's pretty challenging to be out there. And the players will be challenged quite a bit. There he goes. 1 bounce for 4. The 50 is up. Hamilton Masakadza just looking for that scoop and gets it well.
Well, this is a great example that England under the Bazball regime didn't teach the world this shot, because Hamilton Masakadza has been playing this for many years.
Yeah, I'm sure they've taught quite a few shots, but maybe this one. Hamilton Masakadza invented it before them. 50 is up. Just 28 balls bowled at the moment. Oh, well bowled. That was through him. He was attempting that shot, but he was a little bit slow with it. Just ran through, went through a little bit quick, a little bit more extra bounce for Binny.
So many of these medium paces around in the longer version of the game we're playing here, in the T20 game, where you see pace taken off with slower ball bounces, leg cutters, off cutters.
Swing and a miss again. Once more, that wide Yorker. 53 for 1. 5 overs done. Rajasthan Kings.
Go, boys, go forward.
look at the two teams. Now, Tino Best's there. I haven't seen him been called on to bowl as yet, but pretty strong sides. Both sides look pretty good with their batting. Left arm spin continues, and Uthappa on the bounce. Was looking to go over the top, looking to go over long off. Just couldn't clear the fielder. Nadeem really doesn't turn the ball much, but with that slightly lower arm, tends to push it a little bit into the right-hander.
Good bowling, keep bowling.
Yeah, and the key for him is the length that he bowls. Nadeem doesn't want to do is get the ball up where Uthappa can just take one step and hit the ball down the ground. He almost wants him playing back, playing cross-bat shots.
Well bowled, well bowled. That's the pace, just back of a length, but pushed it through quicker.
Keep bowling.
Uthappa was shaping to play the pull, but was done a little bit off the pitch. But the adjustment was good.
That was the perfect length for the shortened versions of the game.
Yes, stop. Keep bowling,
It's
keep
turning out to
bowling.
be a good over.
Finish well, finish well.
3 singles and a dot. This is the delivery we're talking about, but good fielding. Another single.
This is the delivery now. Final ball of the 6th over. So often it's the one that disappears to the boundary. So even if he surrenders a single, that'll be a win for Nadeem.
Always good to start well and also finish well. He goes high. This might fall safely. In fact, Nadeem makes a great effort, just couldn't get there. They'll get back for 2. That's a brilliant effort by the bowler running towards mid-wicket. Very nearly a wicket. 59 for 1, 6 done.
Looking for that boundary of the final delivery of the over. And when it went in the air, Nadeem looked around and thought, well, who's going to help me? And everyone looked at him and said, you're on your own. So off he set, and it was just out of reach. Just.
Excellent effort, diving effort. He was brave enough to go for it. Nadeem would have been an outstanding catch had he taken it. But meanwhile, Uthappa, look at his strike rate, 40 of 19. Masakadza just in getting into his stride. In fact, striking at 200 plus at the moment. 3 4s and 3 6s. 36 balls into the 90. What Binny is looking to do is to bowl those cutters into the pitch, taking pace off the ball.
Masakadza just recently having stepped down from his post as the director of cricket in Zimbabwe. He held that position for quite some time, Hamilton Masakadza.
Well done, very well done. Great work by the batter. Improvisation at its best, just moved inside the line, saw that it was bowled shorter into the pitch, had time to play it, and eventually a boundary.
And the key here for Uthappa is he's got a little bit of pace to work with, just a little bit, to be able to get it up and over the man at short fine leg.
Yeah, very clever shot. Appeared to be a bit premeditated, but he got it well. That's, I think, wide and would be 4. In fact, he's got something. He's got something. So he's got a... Oh, no, there you are. That's the confirmation by the umpire. For a moment, I thought that Ranmo Martinez took his time. Upul Tharanga, the chairman of selectors of Sri Lanka, just couldn't get across. He didn't bounce. I think he stood up a little bit early. So they've got 10 of the first 3 deliveries. He'll have to re-bowl that. So
They're wanting two, they'll get through comfortably. So he's the chairman of selectors. Are people running messages out to him to tell him how the team are doing over in Bangladesh?
I'm not so sure. But one thing I'm sure he'll be very interested to know how the team's doing in Bangladesh. I passed on some information before all this started. He was very impressed when Sri Lanka were at the halfway stage, some 80 plus. But it's the big game, isn't it? The series tied. Oh, what a shot that is. That's cleared the boundary. That's gone the distance. It's 50 for Robin Uthappa. He does it in style with a 6.
Our first half century in the second edition of the Legends Cricket Trophy. It's just a flip. That's all it is, a flip of the wrists. And he knew straight away that he had found the middle of the bat. I mean, that sailed over the boundary.
Yeah, that reaction straight away told you that he knew that it was cleanly struck. It went the distance. What an innings, 52 of just 22 deliveries. And he's just making batting look so easy here. 77 for 1 in the 7th over. On the pads again, those strong wrists.
Do you think there are any scouts out there for these various leagues around the world that will just have a little glimpse at this and think, I don't think he's done yet. I think we can pull him back into the fray?
There's enough television that beams these games, and I'm sure lots of people are watching with a lot of interest, because now the Legends League is starting to take off. These leagues are now becoming pretty popular, and they do know that there are lots of retired cricketers available. Into the pitch, pace off. So 7 overs done. 79 for 1.
Yeah, what a lovely player Robin Uthappa was and is. And he's played quite beautifully here today. Unbeaten on 53. It's taken him just 23 deliveries. He's hit 4 fours and he's hit 4 sixes as well. He's been happy to use his feet going down the wicket. He's also given himself room outside leg stump, got deep in the crease. It really has been an exhibition of 15 over batting.
That was an outstanding knock, that last one. That shot, I mean, that last shot that went for 6. Just clean off the middle of the bat. Sailed over the boundaries at deep and wide mid-wicket. On the bounce, this is Nadeem just firing that ball down the leg side.
Come on guys, come on guys!
Right, let's see now. Robin Uthappa is quite willing to come down the pitch. He's very good on his feet. Goes deep in the crease, not afraid to come down the pitch, take the spinner on. But this is good bowling. Just looking to push it through quickly and fuller.
Come on guys, on here boys, on here!
So 81 for 1. So there is a timeout according to the playing condition after 48 balls. So which is after 8 overs.
And also there's a batting power play that's available after 10 overs. So after 60 balls, the batting side can opt to have a power play.
Catch it!
This is high. And again, it's going to fall well short of a fielder. He was running in. For a moment, it looked that it might go all the way to the fielder, but it was well short. He just couldn't get everything. He was lucky, Robin Uthappa. Again, bowled a little bit slower. It stood up. Didn't have pace to play that shot. There goes the sweep. That's a challenge to play a sweep. To be down and up again.
Yeah, the challenge is not going down. The challenge is getting back up again. It's the old knees. We're making them sound like real old men, but they're actually not.
This time, it's 6. I think it's cleared. It is very well timed. He finishes the over with a 6 and does well. 8 overs done, 90 for 1. And I believe it is now the strategic timeout. Another look again, tossed up, and Robin Uthappa just that stride out. Nice finish. Way over long off. Great timing. And it went all the way. Great timing. What an innings he's played. Right, 90 for 1. That's the confirmation that it is the strategic timeout. Brilliant start by Rajasthan Kings. They're doing outstandingly well. 90 for 1 of just 8 overs of 48 balls. Don't forget, it's a 90-ball game. Right, this is the man we've been waiting for, Tino Best. But let's first show you the highlights of this innings of the Rajasthan Kings.
Yeah, they started off pretty well. Runs all around the ground. Robin Uthappa getting into the party very early. Not afraid to come down the track. Taking on the bowlers. Was very severe on the onside. A lot of power behind all those shots. There you go. Not afraid to go downtown. Getting maximums. What a shot that was. Beautifully done. And that's the wicket to fall. So far for the Rajasthan Kings. And then Uthappa just continued to go on with Masakadza. And they put on this 48-run partnership in just 27 deliveries. Make sure that was a good effort. Look at the innovations. Brilliant batting from the former Indian superstar.
Tino Best. Somebody who used to be extremely quick on his day. Still been considered or called right arm fast. That was what he was. Aggressive. At you all the time, nasty, skiddy. Let's see what he could do here. Masakadza on strike. And you can hear that grunt straight away, the effort on the part of Tino Best, who's able to bowl quickly. Even that ball rushed Masakadza, the first delivery.
Interesting to see what the Kings have in mind here, Roshan. They're 90 for 1. They've got another 7 overs to go with this over. What are they looking at? Now, this is what they're playing for. This is the Legends Cricket Trophy, 2nd edition.
Again, you could see that he's putting in everything. Tino Best running in off that long run. Maybe slightly slower in pace, but full marks for the effort. He's really bending his back. And not afraid to run in, really hit that crease hard. Right, Uthappa, he's looked good, 61 of 26. Let's see what Best does here. Will he be looking to bowl those short deliveries, or will he be looking for those cutters or slower deliveries, the change-ups? He's a strong lad, I'll tell you, Tino Best. He's a fairly... There he goes. Into the pitch this time. He's got the gap. He'll get a boundary. Robin Uthappa, he could do nothing wrong here. Every time he gets his bat on ball, he gets a boundary. And that is boundary number 5 for Uthappa.
I don't think he timed it that well, but he did have enough, and he got into the gap, especially the fielders here. Didn't want to really go behind that, but it's very well placed. Beautifully done. Got the gap perfectly.
He'll enjoy the pace, Robin Uthappa, because he looks such a good player. He looks a touch player. Timing's good. Played some delightful drives, but not afraid to also go over the top. Best has gone for 5 of the first 3 deliveries.
Thank you.
In there, will this be taken? It's not been taken. I think it was the sun that was in the eyes of the fielders. Or was it Aaron Finch on the boundary? It appeared to be pretty straightforward, but eventually on the bounce. It was a full toss.
Take a look at that again. Uthappa didn't get the elevation right. Hit him on the toe end of the bat. Aaron Finch, as you said, might have lost it in the sun and decided to pick it up on the first bounce.
Ah, look at that. Look at that reaction. Tino Best. He needed that wicket. I think Kandy needed that wicket too. At the rate Uthappa is going. 66 of 28. That strike rate has increased. Driven down the ground. Good timing by Masakadza. They will get a boundary. Turning out to be a big over now. 10 off the first 5 balls. The 100's up.
This is good batting. This is fantastic batting. This partnership is now worth over 50 runs. Beautifully done. A fast bowler wouldn't like that, isn't it? Driven back past the bowler.
He was going for that full delivery, and Masakadza was very good. Just look at the timing here. Just look at the timing. Just cleared that front foot a little bit. Found that space that he was looking for, and then punched it down the ground. He is a strong man, Masakadza. 21 of 17. But it's Uthappa who's been really on song here. Slower delivery. Single of the last ball. It's 101 for 1. 9 overs done.
So this has been a fantastic start from the Rajasthan Kings. 101 for 1. They lost Edwards early, but Masakadza and Uthappa with a wonderful partnership, almost getting into 60 runs now. And just look at that, 66 from 28 balls. Just shows how dominant Robin Uthappa has been.
101 for 1 of just 9 overs, 54 balls. We're talking of 90 balls here. Masakadza and Uthappa now 59 of 33. Always interested to see how the finish is. We know that in T20 cricket they try to bat deep, they try and have wickets going into the last 5 overs, but here they're left with 6 overs. They got 9 wickets standing. What might be the rate they're looking at? At the moment they're going at more than 11 and over. That's the dugout. Quite a few of them padded up, ready to come in. And some known faces as well. Right, Mpofu went for 12 of the first 6 balls he bowled. They need a good finish here, Kandy Samp Army. They need to have 5 really or 6 really good overs here. At this rate, they're looking at about 150 to 160. Now that might be very challenging for a batting unit.
They do have the batters, Kandy, but as you said, 150, 160. In 90 balls, it's always going to be a challenge.
Wake up, Brendan!
Considering the fact that, you know, you need to be scoring runs consistently of every ball, you're just in, need to settle in. That's a wide. Mpofu just going down the leg side. So obviously, what about this for a contest? Mpofu versus Masakadza. Well, let's look at a bit of Kandy. It's a beautiful area, the Mahavali River in the background. It is there's some pretty sights in Sri Lanka and some wonderful, wonderful places to visit. That should be another wide. Now that's poor bowling. Mpofu just needs to bowl straight, or just needs to make sure that he doesn't bowl these extra deliveries. He's already bowled 2 wides.
There you go. That's once again the side of the Mahavali River that Roshan was talking about. It does have a lot of routes that branch out to many areas in Sri Lanka. There go. This time better from Mofu. Just a single. They wouldn't mind that, Kandy, as long as they keep the boundaries down.
That's a leg by. Yeah, Palikale is also a very pretty place with the mountains in the background. There you are. That's what we are talking about. So there's quite a few. There's quite a few. So you can certainly come back for more. That's what Sri Lanka Tourism says. Short delivery. That's, I think, gone the distance. Yes, it's 6. Missed that spectator in on those banks. That was well timed. He was looking to come down the pitch. He got the short delivery and went on with that shot.
Well, I think he had made up his mind that he was going to charge Mofu on that occasion. And to the liking of Uthappa, just fell in the correct place that he wanted, and he just had to go through the motions.
He is really moving quickly, and he's batting well, he's timing well, he's seeing the ball well, he's taking the bowlers on. 72 of 29. This time, slices it, might be taken at mid-off, and a good catch at mid-off. That's the captain. He was running back, it was never easy, I'll tell you. Irfan Pathan eventually holding on to it. And this is a huge scalp for Kandy Samp Army. Getting rid of the captain, Robin Uthappa, for 72.
Definitely what Kandy wanted. There you go. Once again, charging down Mofu. But this time it is more angled towards his body. Couldn't get the width that he wanted. And Irfan Pathan held on to a good running catch. Running backwards, not easy. So Uthappa gone for 72. It's 110 for 2, the Kings. There you go. This is the beautiful sights we're seeing that is surrounding the ground here in Palikale. A lot of greenery. Mountains, as we did mention. Okay. So the new batter. Walking in. He's played a lot of cricket in his heydays. Peter Trego. Right-hand batter. Played a lot of county league cricket in England. Interesting to find out whether he played 1 or 2 games for England.
No, he didn't. Kosala, he didn't. He was on the cusp. But this was unfortunate for those in the crowd who wanted to see more of Robin Uthappa. But it was a beautiful innings, wasn't it? It was great while he was there. No, Peter Trego, over 600 matches for Somerset, 1,888 runs, or rather 18,800 runs and 646 wickets. So he's had a whole history of cricket, of playing county cricket. Trego's on strike, gets on with it, he really does. There are many people in England who said that he should have been an England all-rounder for a number of years, and he wasn't, but you know, there's been 1 or 2 slip through the net.
And also the fact that maybe the opportunities that he had, if it is more in the modern day, you have various formats, you have T10, T20, you have various leagues, he might have come out more.
Could have, but yeah, look, I don't think he's got any regrets about the way his career's gone. Yes, he would have loved an England cap. Masakatsa, meanwhile, thrashes away. He's belligerent by nature with the cricket bat. Off the field, he's the most genial, lovely character, really is. And he's got the DNA, the red of Zimbabwe, very much at his heart.
Yes, there you go. Coming you with details about Hamilton Masakadza, who's a wonderful servant of Zimbabwe cricket. And this time gets it away. Only finds the field at point. Finch. So that's the end of the over. It's 112 for 2.
So he's bowling his 4th over, right? Yeah. Good. Chino.
Plenty of batting to come. Remember, this is an innings of 15 overs. I would think that Ashley Nurse has got to go up, possibly ahead of Angelo Pereira. Ashley Nurse would normally open the batting. So they've kept one of the better players in the tournament back here, Ashley Nurse.
Yeah, 11 to 14.
Meanwhile, Irfan Pathan's got to work out how he uses his resources here now.
Run back there.
Tino Best, his 1 over went for 11. He's going to resort here now to Nadeem Shabazz left arm spin. 1 for 29 in 3. This is his last. 18 deliveries. We're going with the number of balls bowled. 90 balls and 18 of them 3 overs.
Stop. Push him.
You can hear the call. 2. Push him. Push the fielder.
Good.
It's pretty handy fielding.
1, please.
Irfan Pathan, the fielder out there, he saves the boundary for his side, and it was only 1.
Slower through there on that occasion. So Nadeem is bowling his 4th over. According to the format, there's 1 bowler who can bowl 4 overs in this 90-ball format. That's how it goes. And the captain decides who he wants to bowl, and it happens after the 60th delivery.
Not a bad ploy either. And that's a good-looking shot. That is a fine blow, struck dead straight, rifle straight. Mazakadze gets his sights well set.
So this is what he can do. There you go. Not afraid to go down the ground. Picked it up well. More importantly, got underneath that very well. That is the key for Mazakadze. And he's a very powerful man, Alan. He will really hit you out of the park.
He does that, and he's done that to a lot of international bowlers. It's a challenge. You've got to be brave as a bowler. Certainly a left-arm spinner here to someone like Mazakadze. You've got to hold your nerve because you know that he wants to go after you. Well bowled.
Finish it.
And Nadeem doesn't depend on much turn. He depends more on darting it in and bring it into the right hand. So that's a challenge, because if you miss your line, Mazakadze is going to take you on. Let's see what Peter has in mind. Down the ground, just single. And that will mark the end of that over. The Kings are 122 for 2.
One of the issues for all these players is that the kit is all brand new. So you get a helmet or a range of helmets which have been brought in, obviously different sizes, and you plonk one on your head. You probably haven't had too much time to get used to it. So that's the case with Peter Trego here. Dancing in the shade. Wise girls in the shade. It's a very warm afternoon. The double header here today at the Palakele Cricket Stadium. And we're going to see a little pace here now. I think it's going to be Tino Best. Look at those guns. He works hard at that physique, I can tell you. He's been an absolute gym bunny over the years, and it's been his mantra to stay fit. Now he's got on that long straight run of his. Ooh, well done. The keeper's done well there, Taranga.
Very well done. You need to be quick, your reflexes, and that's exactly what Taranga did. Peter might have fell. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Trego might have felt that he missed out on that, Alan.
Yeah, Yeah, it was an inside edge, which would have been fortuitous at best. But Trego, 3 from 5 now. So he's had a little look at it, wants to get going, put his foot on the accelerator here against Tino Best. Short and picked up. 3 men back on that leg side fence. 4, in fact. 4 fielders on that leg side boundary.
It's interesting to see what the target now would be. This is, those are the 4 fielders that we were mentioning about, the boundary riders on the onside in these last overs. So Tina Best's ploy would be to go short, back of the length, and try and push the batsman on the back foot.
Been put away. Just for one though, Stuart Binney, the fielder. Good arm. It's the one thing that really hurts when you're not playing regular cricket, is the throw in from 60, 70 yards, and you've got to get that ball in. That's when your shoulder starts crying.
We've seen fielders more interested in lobbing it rather than throwing it.
Yeah. Yeah, 70-yard boundary, that's going to test any throwing arm, even if you're at the peak of your career. Looking for the Yorker, misses his length. Well, that's all right for Tino Best if he's trying to spear it in leg stump. He's got those 4 fielders out there for protection.
He still has that grunt, isn't it, Alan, when he delivers?
It's a huge effort for Tino. I mean, yes, I would say he's possibly in the autumn of his fast bowling career. But, he's been a wonderful cricketer over the years. Barbados, West Indies. Look how fit he looks. Yorker, brilliant. Mazakadze keeps it out. He didn't really know much about it. It was a cloud of dust where the ball landed from Tino.
For a moment he was thinking that it beat his bat and went on. He was looking all over the place. Very well bowled. This is what Tino Best had been doing during his heydays.
Yorker length. Ooh, it's gone. I think Tino Best wants the wicket, and Hamilton Mazakadze is on his. It's Peter Trego. Trego's on his way. He knows that he's chipped that straight to short third. Borfu's the fielder. Tino Best gets his man.
There you go. Given a little bit of room. The intent was right, but he couldn't get it. That is a good catch. That is a very good catch. That is always dipping. And Tino Best, look at the joy he has. So Peter Trego, he departs for 5. It's 126 for 3.
Taking the batting power play. Irfan batting power play.
So there you go. The Kandy Samp Army might be a happy outfit now. They've got 3 wickets. Trego's gone back. Mazakadze is the man. There you go. Nurse comes in. Yeah. Nurse comes in. We all know what he can do.
Yeah, just a little surprised he's come in this late. Maybe he hasn't had a lot of cricket recently, but Ashley Nurse has been a superb cricketer over the years. He's played for the West Indies. So the batting power play now means that we'll have 1 fewer fielder on the outskirts.
Yeah, bro.
So you can have only 3 fielders outside the ring, so they've opted to take it in the 13th. So Christopher Mofu, he will start his third over. 1 for 22, 126 for 3. So final adjustments to see, because he needs to get his feelers right. This is the power play. We can only have 3 men out.
Protects the leg side, and Mpofu bowls it well, takes pace off the good catch this. Tino Best would have been desperate to get his name on the board. There you go. Ashley Nurse is the new man from the West Indies, and it's just foot down now. There's not many deliveries remaining of this innings for the Kings, who, just a reminder, were put into bat on what is a relatively good batting surface here in Palakele. Robin Uthappa's brilliant 72 of just 30 balls not only laid a foundation, but has given the Kings something really defendable here. But they'll want to finish well, and courtesy of Ashley Nurse, they're doing just that.
What a beauty. That's quite a long hit out there. Brilliant extension of the arms in his first boundary. First one, big swing and a miss. He went hard at it once again, this time middled it. And have to run for those. That was a beauty, just short of the boundary rope. Already 5 off the over. This needs to be a big one. As you say, couple overs to go after this.
Well, here's a hit. He hasn't got it though, and it'll be O'Brien in the deep who will just hold on to a simple one. And that will be the end of a brief innings by Ashley Nurse.
Bit of humour, bit of smiles with a bowler. Bit of a fist bump with him. Really safely taken by O'Brien. Irishman in the deep. Takes a comfortable catch. He made it look so easy. Nurse was having a go. Foot flat once again, toe end. Leaning back a touch. And he made this catch look very simple. Got buckets for hands. Does O'Brien. Safely taken. So Nurse, the man to go for 4. Kings 131 for 4.
That is the amount of deliveries that each team gets. 90 legitimate balls, I should say. Pereira from Sri Lanka, an all-rounder, Angelo Pereira. The last 30 balls they've scored just 48 runs. Yes, that's a decent clip. But considering how well Robin Uthappa batted, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed that the scorecard doesn't read a little bit more. Simple catch for O'Brien in the deep.
He didn't move much, dead still. Thought about waist height, but yeah, as you mentioned, no one else has gotten double figures other than Mazakatsa and Uthappa. The 3 haven't made much of an impact. Across. Ramping it over a fine leg, a lot of work to do, and that's a boundary. Really inventive from Mazakatsa, starting to hit his stride now.
Outfield's quick. Again, pace taken off, but Mazakatsa plays the shot really well. He has to create his own power because there's no pace on the ball. The outfield does the rest. Just the perfect way for them to finish that over. The Kings, they needed that boundary. So now just 12 balls remain. It's been a good innings by the ex-Zimbabwean international, captain, director of cricket. virtually occupied every position that Zimbabwe has to offer and done it with distinction. Scored his first Test 100 early on in his career and then only scored his second one 10 years later. That was due to the fact I think Zimbabwe didn't play a lot of Test cricket in that period. They had that'll be a wide.
Let go of a bit of a scream as he delivered that delivery. Wasn't happy with it, but he is bending his back here, running in, and you say he's got a bit looser, and now starting his last over, penultimate over in the innings. Very important one. And the field they've got is third man and point up in the ring. Just a cover sweep and everyone else on the leg side manning the boundary. And that's where Angelo is looking at the moment. Always on the leg side.
What a shot that is. My word. That's as good as you'll see all day.
That was a little punchy stroke, leaning back. That is one of the most high close strokes you're going to see all day long. Best looking to try and bowl outside off stump and not let him pick him up on the onside, and that is as good as you're going to get. He's just walked in. Second ball, he has thrashed it over extra cover.
Best won't like that. He won't like that at all. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, he goes Yorker. He bowls those pretty well, the old Yorker.
His previous over as well. Puff of dust, the batsman trying to dig it out from that block hole area. We both thought he was going to bowl a bit of a short one possibly there. He's got men posted back. Having a look now, full, straight, and toe end, didn't carry to extra cover.
And it's just history. It's history that we are making that judgment call on. We know that Best doesn't like getting hit for four at the best of times. Oh, he's got all of that. He's got that, and that's all the way, and it takes Mazakatsa into the 40s.
Let's go, what a shot. Engines have started. Mazakatsa opens the shoulders. Pace on the ball. Seam up in the slot. Bye-bye. What a lovely finish and follow through to that stroke. 12 off the over now. This is becoming just what they're looking for.
This is not middled, but it's going to take some catching. Too much to do for the man at deep mid-wicket. So Mazakatsa loses the strike.
Jagasar, the man in the deep this time. We've seen a lot of balls, spent a lot of time in the air and full on the grass without a hand on it yet. So important part in the field. You gotta want it really, and a couple of parachutes been pulled. Get under it early, and that's the hardest part here. You've got to make a lot of ground across this boundary, big playing surface, and the fielder's got a lot of work to do in the deep here.
Oh, this doesn't need to be caught other than in the crowd, because that's another biggie. He's playing a beaut of an innings here, Pereira.
So you know Best is not pleased, and that man is, that's for sure. That was a beauty. 2 sixes and a 4 this over, 19 off it. He packs a punch. Absolutely brilliant batting. Experience, he's telling the fielder to get it. That is about 10 meters over his head.
No, would have been needed someone a little taller than Chol Garner to hang on to a catch in the deep there, because that's cleared the boundary comfortably. He's under a little bit of pressure now, Best. He's gone for 34. This is his final delivery of his 18. This... Oh, another one falls agonizingly close, and Best is not happy, but he's done for the day, because that's his 18 deliveries and he's gone for 36. He's getting a little bit heated here, Tino Best. 14 are gone. Pereira sees the funny side, and so would I if I was the Kings player, because they are 157 for 4.
Yes, what a wonderful position they're in here at the moment. They have really turned it on the last couple of overs, and the best not pleased, but that would have been a tough catch. Over backward point, having to turn and run after it and take one over his shoulder. And able to some wonderful views of surrounding areas around Kandy and Palakeli Stadium. This is absolute beauty. Doesn't get any better.
It's going to be Stuart Binney that's going to get asked to bowl the final 6 deliveries. Just a reminder that the Kings were asked to bat first. Teams always favouring a chase, particularly when the games get shorter and shorter and shorter, and this competition is just 15 overs aside. He's only faced 30 deliveries, Mazakatsa, but he's been there a long time. You think when Uthappa got out, Mazakatsa had put on a partnership with him, and Uthappa faced 30 deliveries. Oh yes, please. That will be 50 for Mazakatsa.
Oh, what a knock. Absolute dream start for him in the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. He's got off to an absolute blinder here, and he's not stopping yet. 5 deliveries to go in the final over. Starts it in absolutely brilliant fashion. In the arc, across the stumps, heaving it on the onside. What a powerful stroke that is.
That's not the length. That is not the length that's going to earn you a lucrative contract. No, they'll just take a single. Every time the ball leaves the bat, we're expecting them to push hard for 2, but then we realise that we're at the Legends Cricket Trophy, and so they just trundle through for a single. But it's been a lovely innings by this man. 32 deliveries for his unbeaten 52. He's had 3 towering big ones. That's a good strike rate. He has a high score of 93 in T20 internationals, Hamilton Mazakatsa. But this man has played the innings. He really has given them the impetus that they've been looking for.
He's really enjoyed this extra cover area. Benny trying to bowl it wide outside off to not get hit over the onside, and that is actual perfect response. Short of the dugouts, holds the pose for all of us to have a look at. Wonderful view. Hold that pose all day long. Great start to this over for the Kings.
Now he goes straight, and the same result. 4 more off the bat of Pereira. He's creating carnage here at the end.
Benny just not able to get batsmen off strike, get a single or dot balls, but at length he's kept landing it there, right in the slot. Both of these players absolutely love it there. They've hit them over cow corner, straight over extra cover. Wonderful strokes all round.
Oh, and again. That'll bounce just before the boundary rope, but this is some innings being played here. And what about the partnership? 45 of just 14 deliveries.
Magnificent batting. He's still full outside off, and this time extra cover off the back foot, almost West Indian-like type of stroke. Oh, Viv Richards there. That was absolute glorious stroke.
I'll tell you what though, if you had to say to Pereira, can you put an X on the surface where you want the ball to land? The previous 3 deliveries would have been the area he would have wanted that X, but not that last delivery. Binney finishes with a dot, but the Kings, they end on 176 for 4. A brilliant innings from Hamilton Mazakatsa, 52 of 32. after Robin Uthappa showed his class with 72 of 30, but you can't help thinking that the innings of the day belongs to Angelo Pereira. 26 from just 9 balls.
4 fours, 1 6, a strike rate of 289. Kandy Samp Army, they inserted the Kings and they fetched leather, that's for sure. They have set an imposing target, 176 for 4. At the end of their 15 overs. Partnership, 3 runs a ball.
Who's doing the flash? Who's doing the flash?
As the fielders.
Right, let's go downstairs now. I think we may just have Robin Uthappa.
Robin Uthappa, what do you think about the 90 balls format of the Legends Cricket Trophy?
Well, it's similar to T10 cricket, but a little longer than that. So for me, it's still the T10 format, but I think a little bit longer, so you get a little bit more time to settle in. But once you settle in, you can take the attack on. So I think it's a really sweet spot between T10 and T20 cricket.
After playing the first innings, how do you think your team is adjusting to this 90 balls format?
Well, it looks pretty good. We look pretty good, don't we? We got 174, and I think that's quite a bit on this track. And if we bowl well, we should be able to defend it.
Thank you very much for
Cheers.
joining with us.
Great to hear from the superstar from the first innings, 72 from 30. Set it up perfectly. Opening the batting, and Mazakatsa, when he came in at 1 down, he also opened the shoulders. Brilliant innings of 52 of 32, and Angelo Pereira 26 off 9 deliveries to finish off the innings in some style.
They came in for a little bit of a pasting, did the bowlers. 11 and over for Jagasar. Nearly 11 and over for Mpofu. Binney went the distance in his final over. He went for 15, and Tino Best, well, he got a little bit upset towards the back end. He's ultra competitive, Tino Best. Oh, we're off to a break, but when we return, the Samp Army will require 177 for victory from their 90 balls.
Welcome back. What a wonderful batting innings indeed by Rajasthan Kings. 176 for 4. Completely dominated the bowling of Kandy Samp Army. 15 overs, 90 balls is all what they had, and 176 for 4 was fantastic. They got off to a brilliant start, courtesy their captain, Robin Uthappa, who batted with a lot of authority. Well, it was really couldn't get going, but what about Uthappa? Played some delightful shots, not afraid to come down the pitch, taking on both the faster bowlers and the spinners, and some fantastic shots, really good cricket shots, great timing, wonderful placements, and the ball did go the distance. And that was, to me, the shot of his innings.
Yeah, I agree, and that was the end of Kirk Edwards. Went over too far across the off stump to the left arm spin. But what this array of shot highlights tells me is that this pitch is good. Pretty good effort there from Shabazz. And the runs kept coming. You see, when you're able to play shots like this, you've got full confidence in the pitch. So the ground staff has prepared a really good strip here. In the end, you saw batters with total freedom. Just the freedom to play through the line of the ball.
Eventually, Irfan Pathan holding on to a good catch. But then what about Masakadza? He just took off and continued from where Uthappa left. And Angelo Pereira did come in when this wicket fell. Tino Best. He was trying hard, but then this was Nurse who was out in the deep. And, then it was up to Masakadza and Angelo Pereira. This was Masakadza. He was very, very strong and powerful.
Angelo Pereira came in, and again it was more of the same. Masakadza just looking in imperious form. It's because this is such a good pitch. And remember that Irfan Pathan won the toss and put the Rajasthan Kings into bat. And there was no hiding place for the bowlers. Everyone was punished. Masakadza with a blistering 52 from 32.
What about Angelo Pereira? Just 26 of 9, played some delightful shots. Some proper cricket shots, real copybook. And 26 of 9, 176 for 4. And well, what a batting card that is. It just looked so good and so awesome. 72 at the top for Uthappa. Masakadza 52 of 32. And great finish by Angelo Pereira. 26 of 9. 176 for 4 of 90 balls, Rajasthan Kings.
That looks such a daunting target for the Kandy side. Partnerships at the top there, Uthappa and Edwards 42, Uthappa, Masakadza 68, and then Masakadza and Angelo Pereira 45.
Well, the bowling, I think it suffered at the hands of this batting onslaught. Every bowler taken apart, not spared at all. Look at those averages. Nadeem just going at under 10, but the rest going well over 10 runs and over, with Binny going at 15 plus per over.
Yeah, it was tough. Good pitch. You had to hit your lines and your lengths, and if you didn't, you got punished. Nadeem's figures are really exemplary.
Come on.
Well, Uthappa and Masakadza were outstanding when they got together. Uthappa was brilliant, premeditated shots, picked his spots. That was the best he played in his innings. That was the shot of his innings. And he was willing to take the bowling around.
Came in with a mindset, I felt, Roshan. I thought Robin Uthappa came in and said, oh, look, this is the way I'm going to play. I'm going to trust this pitch, which is what he did. And that energy fed itself back into the dugout, which is why Masakadza came out the way he did, and Angelo Pereira. So this, to me, looks like a winning target. It needs something special from the likes possibly of Aaron Finch, Upal Taranga, Kevin O'Brien, Irfan and Yusuf Pathan in the side. But it's asking a lot of the Kandy Samp Army to score this 177. Remember, we're talking of 15 overs. Those of you maybe just tuning in, this tournament is about 15 overs per innings, not 20. So it might be a mountain too high to climb for the Kandy Samp Army. 177 the target.
worrisome thing is, they just show some background. 42 for 6.
So I've got some contacts at Sri Lanka.
That's the target. Let's show you the target for the Rajasthan Kings. In fact, Rajasthan Kings made 176 for 4, and Kandy Samp Army needs 177 of 90 balls. And that is going to be some task, Wilco.
Yeah, it's huge, because the required run rate is a fraction under 12. And this is going to be puts extra responsibility onto those broad shoulders. Aaron Finch, the much celebrated Australian World Cup winning captain, of course. But if he can get going and get them the start, but that really was a spectacular start by Robin Uthappa. 70 from 30 balls. And there's Trevon Griffith from the West Indies. Trevon Griffith, the left-hander, not much of him in terms of physique, but haven't seen a lot of him bat. But he's left-handed, and they need to get off to a good start.
Starting off with some left-arm spin. Well, they need to set the tone here, Wilco. They just can't afford to take it easy. They need to go after the bowling, use the power play, the first 4 overs. If memory serves me right, Kings had 46 for 1 in 4 overs.
Just on the line, fine.
So they need something. They need to replicate that.
On the line, on the line.
Shadab Jakati, the left-arm spin bowler. Indian left-arm spin. Bowling it very slowly. Now we saw Shahbaz Nadeem picking up good traction from this pitch. Uthappa went after him, but he was the pick of the bowlers, left-arm spin.
Down the ground. Might get 4. In fact, he does get a boundary. That's a good start of the 3rd ball. Tossed up. And what he did well, Griffith, was he went straight rather than wide. He had mid-wicket covered, but nobody at long on. Or in fact, that straight hit. They got 4 of the first 3 balls. Let's see. That's bowled slower by Jakati. That's, I think, the key here. He's not giving much pace to the batters. He's just looking to take a lot of pace off the ball, bowl it a bit slower.
Hammy. Hammy. Pete. Come back to towers, bro.
Now Finch on strike. The powerfully built right-hander from Australia, the former white ball captain. Now he's got 2 men out on the leg side boundary, but long off comes out to mid-off. Bowls a dot.
Kevin O'Brien Ireland top order bat can destroy bowling. You really can, but then they're going to need something special here. The Kandy Samp Army tossed up, and the invitation was gladly received. Aaron Finch, if you're going to do that to him, you've got to have your field set. If you want to bowl that, you've got to have a long off.
9 without loss at the end of the first over. This was a mistake. Tossed up, mid-off inside the circle. Just becomes a very easy option for Finch, who incidentally has the most T20 runs for Australia and has captained T20. In fact, the most, or at least let me say, he's captained the most matches for Australia in T20. So he carries a lot of experience there.
I would think that's a high number as well. Into the 70s, 70 odd. 76, yeah, 76 matches as captain, Aaron Finch. Now we're going to see the pace here of Manpreet Goni. Tall, should get a bit of bounce on this pitch.
Right arm medium, he says, but he was quite nippy on his day. Goni, but let's see whether he's slowed down or he's capable of that pace. Straight away in line with the stumps on a good length.
His action is nice, isn't it? His action, his arm comes right over the top, so he's not express pace, but he'll use his height. And I do like the fact that his arm is so high. It's not a round arm action at all, this. So he comes from such a good height. He should get some decent bounce on this pitch.
Also, I think he should be nippy because he must be hitting the seam quite regularly. He just rushes you. Might be a little bit quicker than what he actually looks. Well bowled, very well bowled. Look at that shape into the left-hander. A nice carry too. Well, not great bounce, but decent carry through to the keeper.
He's done everything but bowl in this. Everything. It's gone late. It's completely bamboozled Griffith, who was playing it on the move. He really didn't know a lot about this, and that late in swing and a little bit of seam movement meant it missed that leg stump.
Goes over the top. That's a boundary. They need a few of these, Kandy. They need to start counter punching at this stage. They got to 13 of 9 balls, but the task is pretty stiff. So the power play needs to be used because they can, as you know, have just 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle, pitched up, clearing that front foot. Goes over extra cover.
Well, I'm not sure whether he intended to bowl the one that goes away from the left-hander, but this was so different from the previous ball. This one swung away from him, which allowed Griffith to play that shot.
That's more the length. That's more the length you need to bowl, where you just bowl back of a length rather than give it to the batter to look to drive or loft. Aaron Finch on strike now. I'll be very interested to see how best the running, the singles, the quick singles, the 2s and 3s would ever be taken or attempted. Just look at this. Dropped and ran. Finch was a little bit slow, but Griffith was off in a flash. It's just 32 years, Griffith. So should be able to move a little bit easier than this man.
There's not a lot of time here for Aaron Finch to have a think about this. He's got to really tee off.
What about that?
Well, where's this come from? This has come from absolutely nowhere. Now this has jagged back disconcertingly. That's gone, I say what, 2 feet? No wonder Aaron Finch didn't know what to do with that. Where's this come from?
I'm just wondering whether he hit something, because that was a lot of movement back into the right-hander. Off the pads. That's running away to the boundary. Might be cut off, I think. That's Ashley Nurse on the boundary. A couple of runs. So leg bye is confirmed. So end of the over. 16 without loss. For Kings, Kandy Samp Army need another 161 runs. Asking for an LBW, they're very confident. That looked quite straight to me. Could be the bounce, could be the bounce. That didn't let the umpire rule it in the favour of the bowler.
Umpire's done really well here. That's pitched outside leg stump, which is why he has not given that LBW. Well done, umpire. Ranganath Prasanna, the umpire. That saves a couple of runs. It's hit him in the shins. Parvinder Awana, just medium pace, tends to try and swing the ball a little on his day if he can.
Gone are the days that teams want express bowlers. Express bowlers were luxury. It was a sought after kind of trade or cricketer the team would want. Short delivery. He didn't really get hold of it, but they'll come back for two. For a moment I thought it might trickle away. But the point I was trying to make is that T20 cricket has evolved so much that it's more skill than anything else. So you find those dibbly-dobblies coming in, just bowling those little cutters into the pitch, pace off, wide Yorkers. You reckon you would have done the same, Wilco, on your day?
Not a chance. I would have forgotten half of them. I just think it's the fact that you have to work out so many different means of bowling in the shortest form of the game. It certainly has changed with all the adaptations. At the moment, Trevon Griffith is swinging away, everything leg side, and he hasn't really made contact.
I think what's happening here is that they're losing some precious deliveries. Rajasthan in their entire innings just played 20 dots. In a matter of, 16 balls, Kandy has already played 8 dots. So it tells you a story. It tells you the kind of dominance the Kings had when they had bat in hand. Initially courtesy Robin Uthappa and then Masakadza, Angelo Pereira. Right, this man needs to move on here. Finch for 4. He'll be the one that Kandy will be counting on to try and get them off, to get that momentum going. Swings it away on the onside, but still just can't find that boundary. That's another problem that the Kandy batters have had. They've not easily found the boundary. They've found some power, but not the boundary.
A decent piece of fielding as well from Angelo Pereira here, who moves smartly to save the 4. Aaron Finch laced this. You would expect to get the boundary for this, but Pereira's moved well. Nicely picked up.
Into the 18th ball, or the last ball of the over. Griffith 12 of 12, Finch 5 of 5. Should be taken. Should be taken. It is taken. Wicket number 1. Nurse the catcher. And Kandy Samp Army have lost their first wicket.
Yeah, Nurse the catcher, but I think they wanted a doctor for this because Trevon Griffith was all over the shop. He never really came to terms with the pitch. Everything he played was with a horizontal bat, and that's the end of a tough account. 12 from 13, Trevon Griffith. It's 20 for 1.
Right, Upul Tharanga. He's the new batter, chairman of selectors. Sri Lanka, the latest chairman of selectors, must be quite pleased with what Sri Lanka has achieved so far.
Yeah, this is not one of those memorable innings from Trevon Griffith. Everything was played on a swivel, never got into position, off the splice of the bat. Yeah, just wasn't really in the same postcode today. Trevon Griffith. Hello, Awana with the Kabaddi celebration.
20 for 1, 3 overs. This task is now becoming a little bit steeper for Kandy. What could Finch do? He just can't find the boundary. In fact, he can't find anything beyond the fielder. Angelo Pereira at extra cover. Only a single. He's looking to force it away on the bounce. I think hit him on the ankle.
Wherever it's hit him, it'll hurt. He's done well there, Pereira. He probably wants to get out into the outfield.
Upul Tharanga now. Let's see where they're going to bowl to him. He's very strong on the offside, Wilco. Loves to go through the offside, point extra cover. Those are his areas. See, he loves that drive through extra cover or through cover. They'll want to. Don't make the mistake of bowling there to Upul Tharanga. Just look to bowl straighter. If you want to curtail him, middle and leg. See, this is the drive I was talking about. Good effort, but still a couple of runs.
Nicely played, just easy caress with the bat. Chairman of selectors, Cricket Sri Lanka.
He'll be pretty pleased with what his short tenure has seen the Sri Lankan team translate themselves into from where they were, beating Zimbabwe, then beating Afghanistan, in fact beating them in all 3 formats. And now I believe they're doing well against Bangladesh in the final game. With the team, with the series now equal, they were looking for that decider today. And I believe the Sri Lanka team doing well there, so that will please Upul Tharanga and his rest of the team of selectors. Taken, another good catch. Nurse again. That's a good effort, I'll tell you. He had to run in and dive, and eventually holding on to it.
Yeah, Nurse might need one, but he's moved swiftly here. You can see what Aaron Finch was trying to do, make a bit of room for himself to carve it over that offside, and Ashley Nurse does well to keep hold of it. So Aaron Finch has gone for 6, 24 for 2 the score. This is the Irishman Kevin O'Brien, who for many years was the engine room of the Ireland cricket team. Mainly one-day cricket because Ireland didn't play a lot of test cricket, but got 100 in Ireland's first test against Pakistan at Malahide in Dublin. It's the end of Aaron Finch. Yeah, Nurse has done well here to keep hold of the ball. So 2 catches for Ashley Nurse. He's hurt his hip in the process. Aaron Finch back in the dugout.
Kevin O'Brien, He's got a T20 100 for Ireland, and at the time he retired, he was the leading run scorer for Ireland in T20 cricket. At the moment, he's the third highest. He's got a job to do here with Uthappa. They're both pretty new at the crease. The question, Wilco, is we do know that the T20 has a particular way of building an innings, dragging the innings deep, going into that last few overs, looking to try and launch. But how do this 15 over 90 ball game get constructed, or how does the planning happen, you reckon? You have any idea? At least, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's going to be a fast learning process for everyone here. That's the end of 4 overs, 24 for 2.
Completion of the power play, so those fielding restrictions will be eased as Awana will continue. They got some work to do here. They won the toss. They've got themselves into this mess, haven't they? They won the toss and said, well, we'll chase anything you set.
But I don't think they were expecting to chase that a big total. That's going to be a real challenge. Some repair work being done to the ball.
Oh, that's out. That's out. Simple catch by Robin Uthappa.
There you go. That's the pressure, the scoreboard pressure that tells you. Taranga slashing at that one outside the off stump. It's gone. So, the Kandy Samp Army getting into a lot of trouble. That's Taranga departing for 3. It's 24 for 3.
Taranga's such an elegant player when hitting through the offside, but there he was just trying to sort of whip that away through mid-on. A little bit of movement away from the left-hander, nothing significant, but just enough to find the outside edge. Now he has a dangerous man, 2 very powerful hitters at the crease now with Yusuf Pathan and Kevin O'Brien, and they've been in these situations many times before where their team is in more than a spot of bother, and quite often they've bailed him out.
Yeah, there you go. This is the previous dismissal. Taranga opening that right leg up, but couldn't really get the target that he was looking for. Found the outside edge. He's gone. Let's see what Awana has for Yusuf.
Oh, it's a miss-hit. It's a miss-hit. And Pathan is gone first ball. Awana is doing the damage here. That is an enormous wicket for the Kings.
Well, well, well. That's a big wicket. Trying to pull that one. It came on a little bit quicker than he expected, I thought. And it was a comfortable catch. And Awana, he's on a hat-trick now. So Pathan makes a quick walk back. He's out for 0. It's 24 for 4.
Well, I talked him up, Yusuf Pathan, only because I'd seen him play so many cracking innings over in the IPL for the Kolkata Knight Riders, and how many times he'd finished off an inning so powerfully. Well, now it's the turn of his brother. He'll bat the other way around though. Left-handed, Irfan Pathan. Didn't bowl this evening, but made that quite clear at the toss of the coin before the game got underway. He was, with a big smile on his face, said, "I'm not so sure I'm going to be turning the arm over." But here,
Come on, bro.
So 24 for 4, and this is the dismissal of Yusuf Pathan. Came on a little bit quicker to him than expected. Got the top end of the bat. It was a comfortable catch. Hat-trick ball.
well, it won't be the first hat-trick today, would it? Nuwan Tashara of Sri Lanka, ready with a T20 international hat-trick over in Bangladesh. Here's Awana's turn. Oh, I tell you what, he gave it a good go, didn't he?
That was a good delivery. Very well done. Yeah, take a look at that again. That wasn't far off. If he had missed, well, you never know. But at the moment, Awana is calling the shots out there here at the Pale-Kale International Stadium. This is the Legends Cricket Trophy. Game 2. Kandy Samp versus Rajasthan Kings, rather.
Three for 3. Awana. And that's some serious figures. 10 deliveries he's bowled. 5 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 3 overs, or 18 balls. They're going to have to make a bowling change at some stage. I mean, there's only been 3 bowlers have been used. I suppose this is only the 5th over. Some serious damage has been done inside these 5.
So let's see how Awana can finish. Can he finish off with a wicket maiden? Will be the first in the tournament for 2024. And it's not easy to bowl a maiden over in a 90-ball format.
Not easy to bowl a maiden over in any format nowadays. People seem in a rush even in Test cricket. Games finishing inside 3 days. They won't be a maiden. Pathan is off the mark. He wants 2, he wants 2, he's going to have to go. If Robin Uthappa had found the stumps there, Irfan Pathan would have been found wanting.
Let's take a look at this. If Irfan Pathan, how short he was if that had hit. It's 26 for 4. 5th over. There you go. Good pick up and throw from Manpreet Goni. Oh, he was not crazing. He was keeping the bat down, so that might have been curtains if that hit it. Oh, they would have been touch and go. What do you say, HD?
Always in the favour of the fielding side when we go upstairs to have a look at those runouts, but Irfan Pathan has forgotten how to slide the bat in. He looked to just place it in the crease, and that would have been very, very tight. So Jakarta will continue. This is his 2nd over. O'Brien's just faced the 2 deliveries. He likes to have a look first, the Irishman. Just a little look, get a feel of the surface.
He's off the mark. What a powerful hitter he is, HD. We all know what he's capable of. He can take any bowling attack apart. I can remember his fantastic 100 that he got in the World Cup in 2011 against England, when they beat England, chasing down 300 after being in a very down position, or somewhere around 6 or 5 down. He's good. Not trying to bowl it quickly, holding it back a little. Jakarta creating problems. That required run rate keeps climbing.
Yours! Hey, Jax! Lightning, Jax!
I like this idea of the left arm spinner coming around the wicket and just going across the left-handed Pathan, because so many times left armers go over the wicket, they bowl into that hitting zone, of the left-hander.
Jackie!
Samp Army needs a few big overs to get back in. They need 2 big overs to get back on track. Quite a capable duo out there. But at the moment, the bowling has been good.
Now that required rate just keeps climbing. I mean, even with a single, it goes up. You know, now over 16 an over required. Shows you the damage the Kings did towards the back end. Pereira's innings was a brilliant knock. Isn't it fascinating how the game has changed now, where, you know, in T20 cricket or 15 over cricket or even T10 cricket,
Nicely, boy!
an innings of 25 of 9 balls is a match-winning innings. You know, it's not just hundreds and 50s anymore. Into the 6th over, 30 for 4. But if they don't get a big over quickly, that required run rate will get out of hand in the blink of an eye. It will get over 20 very, very quickly. And it's so early on in the piece here as well.
So 30 for 4, 6 overs done. Now Peter comes on to the attack. Peter Trego. Pathan will work him around, and that's the boundary. This is what they need now. Will this be the over that the Samp Army is looking for? They've got off to a good start with a boundary. Gentle medium pace from Trego. And Pathan picked his spot very well.
That was effortless. Just helped that on its way. He was always a busy cricketer, Peter Trego. Handy runs, walking in at 5 or 6. Got himself further up the order when he was at Somerset for a number of years, and ran in and bowled his little swingers. No real pace. Sort of, I suppose in his heyday he might have hit around 130, but didn't scare anyone. But if there was some movement in the air, there was overcast conditions, he got the ball to talk. Not an easy place to bowl either, Taunton, I'll have you know. Not that I bowled there.
You played against him, HD?
Yeah, I did play against Peter Trego. Nicely taken.
A little bounce on that occasion for Trego. Now Kevin O'Brien, what does he do? Where does he target?
You want me to send him back?
We got 3 boundary riders on the onside. Oh, sorry, 3 boundary riders on the offside and 1 on the offside. So where does he go? Where does Trego go? He's going a fraction outside the off stump.
Good run. Nice early response from Pathan at the non-striker's end.
There you go. Good call. And Pathan was off in a flash. But they need a big over. They have not got it in this one as well. Just 6 runs in it. They'll want Pathan to finish off these last 2 balls, maybe clearing the boundary.
Just a tap and run. Take what he's timed at. It's gone all the way to the sweeper on the offside. But again, you know, single here, single there. Even though there was a boundary off the first ball, the rate was under 17 at the beginning of the over. It's over 17 already. They need some boundaries. That won't be one. That will just be a single. And will complete the Trego over. So 7 overs completed now. 38 for 4. You're not bowling under tremendous pressure at the moment, not where the required rate is nearly at 17.5. Nice ground this here in Palakele. Always brings back fond memories for me, having watched one-day international here between Australia and Sri Lanka when Dasan Shanaka played one of the great one-day innings and taking them over the line from a position that was almost impossible.
59 runs off 3 overs. That is a huge effort. So Kevin and Irfan will need effort like that to get them closer to that required target. 139 of the remaining. So Ashley Nurse comes on.
That'll be 4. That'll just skip away.
There you go. Gentle off spin, give a little bit of air. Kevin O'Brien will say thank you very much.
Too full.
Nicely.
Now these spinners, the thing about the spinner, you said a little bit earlier, you can't bowl the ball up under a batter's eyes where he can just stand, take a step and hit you back over your head. You almost want to bowl a length which forces the batter to play back, and where he feels he can pull you or cut you off the stumps. And if he gets it wrong, you do him LBW or you bowl him, but you can't allow them to just what they term step and hit. I mean, even that's fine, because that's winning Nurse the game.
You can see Nurse adjusted very quickly. For your first ball, he gave it a little bit, but ball number 2 and 3 has been fired in more.
The spinners are asked to do such a different job in these shorter versions of the game compared to, say, when they all don the old cricketing whites or creams. You know, the spinner gets the ball up, asking it to turn and bounce and to go to slip. But now there isn't a slip. You know, an outside edge often runs away for 4. Here it's about bowling stump to stump, giving very little away.
The Rajasthans will take this. They wouldn't mind these singles going around. They're now in control of the game at the moment.
Tidy over, clever over. Just a single comes off that final delivery. So
Time out, guys. Time out.
the Kandy Samp Army are 47 for 4, and it's time for some words of wisdom, and they're going to have a strategic timeout.
Strategic timeout done. Pallakeli Stadium, Legends Cricket Trophy, match 2. The Samp Army have got it all to do right now. 130 runs needed from 42 balls. Quick little timeout, a bit of tactical options where they can go from here. I'll tell you where they got to go. Headed out the ground often, that's for sure. Jakarta, 2 overs, none for 13. Really good from him. Nice and economical so far. He's going to be bowling his last over. Smash through extra cover, 2 called. You don't need to run for that. That's 4. And the 50 comes up for the Kandy Samp Army. Need many more of these, and that is a great start after the timeout. Slapped it through extra cover all the way along the ground. Wonderful timing and placement. This time off the back foot through extra cover. He doesn't call for 2. 1 will do just fine there. So this partnership, 28 of 24, they need to really put their foot down. Fletcher, Irfan Pathan, left-hander, left arm orthodox bowling to him. This is a good matchup for the batter. Some of the fans watching some of the heroes they've watched on the screens around the world over the years, and they're live right here in front of them tonight. There's the shot, smeared on the onside for 4. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a typical Irfan Pathan riposte. He loves to go leg side, uses his bottom hand. Look at the bottom hand coming in here. Whoosh, it finishes on top of the bat, with the bat in an upright position, but he has punched that with that bottom hand, and he's guided it through to that deep mid-wicket.
Stunned it into the ground. Jakarta just trying to bowl it into the pads, limit the damage. Get it out to the fielders in the deep here. So he's trying to get through here with a bit of damage limitation. So 10 runs off the over, the most expensive of the innings so far.
Well, even for Kevin O'Brien, who is capable of decimating attacks, you'd think this is beyond, but while he is there, there's hope for the Kandy side. Looking for the paddle, he's not going to get one. Irfan doesn't fancy a little sprint, not at this time of night. End of the over, 57 for 4.
There's a dugout. Paul Nixon, top right. He's the coach of the side from England. We're on the flight over with him as well. On the way here, lovely views from our drone. Looking down on this superb stadium hosting us this year. Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. He's the coach top right, having some deep tactical notes here at this point.
Well, I'm not sure how much cricket he watches, because he's always got his head buried in that book, and he's always writing something down. I'm sure it's obviously for future reference. Rajasthan Kings, 176 on the board. They're going to have to go some here. Irfan Pathan has walloped this for 6. Whoa, mighty blow, and they need many more. That's the first of the innings.
Well, it's taken a long time coming, and finally he's loosened the old back up, and here we go, bang. And that has gone all the way. That's what they need. They started the last over with a boundary, and they've done it again here.
Straight back over his head. Trego conceding a 6 and a 4.
He's certainly taking a fancy to him, that's for sure. 10 off 2. Trego's under some pressure here now. Bit of a frown from him on the return to his crease, but that was in the slot.
Yes, it was. The slot is very amenable here for Irfan. He hasn't really had to go far with his feet. It's just right there. If you wanted a net bowler to bowl at you, that's where you want it. That's a great shot. That's a superbly struck cover drive. So Trego is now told the umpire he'll try another trajectory. You're going to come over the wicket this time to see if this makes the difference.
Well, and he's finding the middle of the bat with regularity here. That is another beauty. Extra cover this time. So he's gone over mid-wicket for 6, straight over the bowler's head, and now through extra cover.
He's going to get 4 more here. This is brilliant batting by the skipper, Irfan Pathan. 6-4-4-4.
Last 2 overs have been huge for them. 47 straight after the strategic timeout, and since then it's just been raining boundaries.
28 in the last 10. 28 runs the last 10 balls. Still need more.
That's it, that's it.
No.
Sorry, PD, you're on.
Okay, 6 3-4s and a single. Can Kevin O'Brien finish this over off with a boundary? How about a big 6, Kev? Have a go at it. Oh, down the leg side, it'll be 4. 4 wides, so Trego will have to reload.
Goodness me, this is becoming the most expensive over now. There's the coach, he's going to take some notes here. Back of the hand, he backed away, and the keeper, Skip, could not get a leg or glove or anything on it, and rolls away for 4. At the moment, Samp Army on the charge.
Go 4 more. How about that? What an over that was for the Kandy side. 28 from the over. 85 for 4 from 10.
Another one. This is a bit of a nightmare here for Trego. 28 off the over. 4 4s and a 6. And he'll be pretty glad that over's finished.
$85 for 4. From that last over, but still Kandy Samp Army needs 92 from 30. 92 from 30. Well, if they hit every ball for 4, they're getting there. They've got to go.
No.
Irfan wants a second, but Kevin O'Brien says no, I'm not going back for that.
Okay.
Well, the off spinner bowling now. Kevin O'Brien comes onto strike. Families coming in. Wonderful evening's entertainment. Nurse, right arm off spinner to O'Brien. This is it. This is where he's got to go big.
Nicely, boy.
He's a really good cricketer, Ashley Nurse. He's picked up a couple of catches today. Those grassy banks should be in the firing line for this over.
Nicely.
He's had an interesting approach to the stumps, doesn't he, Nurse? And he jumps in and jumps back out. And there's a really interesting approach as an off spin. I always thought, Nurse. Have a look how he jumps right almost outside the wide line and back in.
Nicely, boy.
Daunting target for the Kandy Samp Army side here. They know how tough it is. Even Tino Best has got the pads on. He loves a wallop as well. Not sure he's going to get in.
Nicely, buddy, nicely.
So Nurse just singles the whole over. He's been excellent, making sure the boundaries aren't picked up by the Samp Army after that last over. They'll be pretty pleased with this comeback here.
That'll be 4. Kevin O'Brien pounces on the short ball. 94 for 4, 11 gone.
That's a beauty. They really needed that boundary. They hadn't picked up one the whole over. That makes it 9 off that over. O'Brien moves on to 26 off 19. And from the skipper, 39 of 23. 83 to win. 24 balls to go. Absolute mountain. You see lots of mountains around us. They got a mountain to climb here, that's for sure. Look, if you're just switching into this game, Samp Army inserting the Kings, 174 for 4. Absolutely chased leather. Uthappa, the hero, 72. There's a bit of a hold up. But now the skipper, who's on strike here, he's got to unleash something special here.
Ravi, if he's bowling his 4th over, you must need to tell us earlier. He's bowling his 4th over. Yes.
Yep, they're just confirming that the one bowler can bowl 4 overs, and that's going to be Jakati, the left arm spinner. So here we go with the 4th for him.
Heave ho, fielder under it. Got it. He's just inside of the boundary, and a really sharp catch and a big wicket to go now. Goni takes the catch.
Big target out there. Manpreet Goni has moved well. Jakati just bowls it slow enough. It's there to be hit. Dragged round a bit by Irfan Pathan. He's hit it reasonably well and a good catch. It's going flat. So that's 5 down. Irfan Pathan goes for 39, 94 for 5.
Stuart Binney marching out to the centre. He means business. He's been watching from the dugout. And this is why he's there. Jakati's been superb. Left armer has been one of their best bowlers this evening. Got it full. And Pathan couldn't get underneath it enough. And Goni, the tall man, he's had a good day as well, running in with a new ball, and he's taken a good catch now at long on. So Jakati, 43 years of age, having a good day out there. Like the way Jakati's thinking there, bowling it as slow as possible. This game is getting interesting, but up next in the Palakkale International Stadium, it's going to be Dubai Giants last night. Heavy defeat. They're going to be taking on the Delhi Devils this evening. Good game. First for the Devils. They want to get off their campaign, and also the Giants, they're going to want to make up for a really poor performance last night in that shortened game.
This is a tall order for the Kandy side. They needed somebody who, like Robin Uthappa, played the innings of the night, the innings of the day. That's Irfan Pathan, his opposite number, Robin Uthappa, got them off to a blistering start, the Kings. That's off the outside edge. Hamilton Mazakadze.
Yeah, the Samp Army, Kandy Samp Army, and they're getting involved in a few teams around the world in these competitions. Rick Patel, the owner. heaved on the onside. That's high. Fielder coming in. Out. Trago, the man who does the job, and Binney's time in the centre is over. Really a good wicket, good catching in the deep as well.
Now, Roger Binney on his day can cause some damage. His eyes lit up with this, a full toss on another day. That's clearing the boundary for 6. He finds Trago. The reverse cut is the way he likes to catch. So Roger Binney. I beg your pardon, Stuart Binney. That's twice I've called him Roger. Stuart Binney. Sorry, Stuart. He's gone for 2. It's 98 for 6.
So 98 for 6. Tino Best is making his way. That's because Stuart Binney holds out to Trago. And it's 98 for 6 for the Kandy Samp Army. 3 overs to go. They need 79, which is a daunting task, even for the great Kevin O'Brien. The moment that target went beyond 170, John, it always looked beyond for any team chasing with whatever power hitters you have. Oh, that's a nice shot down the ground. Oh, good bit of fielding. Very well done. That's good. That's a very good effort.
Really good, because the batting pair thought that was going to be a boundary. Tino Best wasn't running very hard. So he had a wonderful innings out earlier on. Pereira, the toe end of the bat. Tino Best on strike. Oh, he's just guarded this one for a single, but they need far more than that.
We're very interested, John, to get to the maximum that they can get, because this is a league tournament, so the numbers matter at the end.
Pulled. Really, really good stroke. Flat. And O'Brien needs to push on here. Really try and get as many maximums as possible. This one's a 4. Was it a 6? Excuse me. Really hit that flat, wristy stroke. Oh, that's real timing. Cuts in the gap, but just the one. Yes, just the single. So O'Brien maybe going to have to look onto the onside a lot more, like he did that previous delivery.
Tino can hit the long ball, so let's see what he can do. As I said, the need to get to that. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a nice shot. Other good thing that we've seen with the Rajasthan Kings has been the fielding. The fielding has been pretty good.
He's done 2 overs to go, 108 for 6. So this batting pair, the partnership 10 off 6. Moment you're tuning in. Uthappa lit it up earlier on, 72 off 30. Mazakatsa with a wonderful 52 not out of 32. And in reply now, Samp Army way behind the rate. They need 69 more. 12 balls, so actually impossible here really. They've got to just launch this over for 30 to give themselves a chance even.
So 69 needed from 12. Mumpet Goni. Yes, that's the signal of the power play. So this is going to be the key over, isn't it? The maximum that they can get. Tino Best.
Yeah.
Didn't do much with the ball. Let's see what he can do with the bat.
He needs to return the favours because he got launched in his last over. So the important part in this batting power play. So what you get the opportunity, the fielding side has to have a maximum of 3 fielders on the boundary. They're not allowed any more. So at the moment, I've got 6 in the ring now. Men out or long off, deep point and third man. And that's the plan. With that sort of field setting, he's going to have to go wide outside the off stump because he's got no one back on the onside, and he started with a wide.
He's got 4 men inside the ring on the on, so his boundary riders are all on the offside. 3 boundary riders that you can have in this power play over. Let's see what Goni has. He needs to bowl 6 more deliveries. Tina goes big, but oh, that's a good catch. That is a very good catch. Ashley Nurse holds on to his 3rd catch of the innings. That was good, throwing himself around, John.
Tino Best frustrated, but this is bowling to a plan. Offside field back, and try to pull it, onto the onside, and delivery too wide outside the off stump. So really sharp catch. We wondered if he was going to get there, but ran in quickly and pounced on it. Absolutely brilliant, as you mentioned. His 3rd catch of the innings. Caught, Nurse, bowled, Goni. Best has gone for 2. Samp Army 109 for 7.
Shabazz Nadeem. Okay, there you go. This is the fall of the wicket. Tina Bess trying to go big on the offside. Only managing to hold it down to Ashley Nurse, who held on to a good catch. Nadeem not grown much for his batting.
He's continuing with his plan. So a lot of these teams are going to work out options. What should they do in this batting power play? So you can get your bowler and you can bowl to a specific plan, and you can see they put a lot of thought and time into this as a team, as a bowling unit, and that's what you've got to appreciate in these games when you can execute it. They've got Goni, who so far has done a great job, got it full and wide outside the off stump. Perfect. It's a bit too wide. You've got to watch out for also the batter walking across outside off stump, and then the wide line moves along with him.
Yeah, you need to be precise when you're trying to go wide outside the off stump. It's not easy to control, especially when you've not played much cricket. It's definitely not an easy task to do. Not play cricket in the sense in recent time, I would say.
He's gone a little bit straighter. The batter moving a long way across the stumps. The shot comes in. So you're doing a good job here, Goni. 2 wides in the over so far. A wicket as well and a single. So really good damage limitation. Traeger with a shot. Would have been pretty close to that actually, but I think he would have been safe. Gone high. O'Brien all the way. Brilliant stroke.
Now, this is what Kevin O'Brien can do. He can go downtown, just manage to get it over Nurse. Maybe 2-3 years ago, that would have gone into the stands from Brand, but good enough to get them a 6. They'll try to get the maximum number of runs that they can get in this innings to make sure that they're in contention for the future games. The run rates will come in very handy.
Oh, he's just lost his radar here a little bit. Kevin O'Brien moving around the crease. It's a bit of a disco floor, I tell you what. A bit of movement around the crease there, showing some dancing shoes of his own. Those Irish green dancing sparks of his he's got on.
John used to bowl a bit of medium pace. Does that happen to you when like batters try to start dancing? Do you like lose your radar?
That's when you are under pressure. There's a look at those Irish sparks of his there. Beautiful, luminous green. Full toss, and he's heaved this one. He just didn't want to stick to that wide outside of off plan, and he's been heaved over long on for 6. So this is now coming a really good over. 16 off it.
Kevin O'Brien's moved on to 48. I think this onslaught came in a little too late for the Samp Army. Maybe if Kevin O'Brien had got his act together 3-4 overs ago. Swing and a miss. And very well bowled from Manpreet Goni. He ends that over. So 6 balls more to go. It's 124 for 7.
Floodlights lighting it up beautifully, and we've been lit up with some wonderful batting this evening from Rajasthan Kings. 176 for 4, a massive total in their 90 balls. And in reply, Samp Army 124 for 7 with 1 over to go, 53 to win. And it looks pretty straightforward here for the Rajasthan Kings. Finish well with the ball here. Family time, lovely couple of selfies. Get down to the ground to see these legends in action.
So Awana will bowl the final over. What figures he has? 3 for 5 from 2. Oh, that's a good shot. And that will beat the diving Angelo Pereira to the boundary. Samp Army will take it nevertheless to the boundary. As long as they bring that gap to the minimum, that comes in handy. Take a look at that again.
This is against the run of play. Awana has been superb before this. 3 wickets for 3 earlier on. Those are his figures. 37 years old. Noida, India. Former Punjab Kings player. This time hit over point for just the single. What a start for him in this tournament, really. He's on a hat-trick.
He was on a hat-trick when he had 2 early wickets. Taranga and Yusuf Pathan were the 2 batters dismissed by him. So 129 to 7.
Pulled away, good slow delivery. Took all the pace off it, and looks with that sort of stroke, O'Brien pretty much settled for where they are and where they're going to be finishing second in this game. Unfortunately, their first game is going to end up in a loss, a heavy loss here. Nadeem heaves it on the onside, fielder under it, and it looks like he's got it. Hamilton Mazakatsa, broadest of smiles, and Awana, he has another one. Can you believe it? 4 now.
So this is going to be the best spell so far in the tournament, with a lot of games to come. This is going to be a hard target challenge again. Nadeem trying to go to cow corner, only holding it on to Masakadza. He's gone for 6. It's 130 for 8.
So 8 down now for the Samp Army. All sorts of trouble. 47 still to go. 2 balls remaining. Awana 4 for 11 off his 16 balls so far. He's got 2 to go. Can he get a 5 for the first one? in this year's Legends Cricket Trophy, he's got a wonderful opportunity.
John Roos is the new batter in.
Just got himself off the mark there. Didn't try really launch one into orbit there, but one delivery. Can he get his fifer here?
Now there's a challenge here, John. Can Kevin get his 50 or can Awana get a fifer?
Well, I hope he has a big go at this. Doesn't just knock it into the offside for a single. I really want to see him have a go here. Who's going to come out on top? A 50 with a 4 or a 6 or a wicket to take him to his fifer. This is going to be interesting to see how O'Brien goes about this delivery. 46 runs short though, the Samp Army. He's chipped it. It's airborne. No one's going to get under it, unfortunately, and they trot through for a single. Kevin O'Brien gets to his 50. And that is the end of that. Rajasthan Kings win by 44 runs. Kevin O'Brien finishes 50, not out of 30 balls. And that man in picture, he's been the real hero out there today. 4 for 13 from his 3 overs.
Fantastic, fantastic win for the Rajasthan Kings. They win by 44 runs. And that man in picture, Robin Uthappa, he led the platform. He led from the front. And that knock at the top really made the difference. And then Masakadza and Angelo Pereira finishing things off for them.
First game for both these sides. The Kings have won by 44 runs. Kandy Samp Army falling short here by 44 runs, and really a great start after being inserted by Samp Army. Rajasthan Kings with the skipper, as you say, the hero. Really a wonderful effort. Masakadza as well, half century. He took some good catches too, so a good all-round polished performance. And early doors, I thought Samp Army, looking at the teams earlier on, I thought they would come out on top, but the Kings have done everything right today. And there's the skipper. What a smile. A great day for him. So the Kings dream start, Legends Cricket Trophy 2024, the first game of 2 this evening. Having a look at the batting card, Griffith and Finch started early on, didn't do a whole lot, with Taranga as well going early on. O'Brien lone hand really, along with Irfan, 39 of 24. First ball out for Yusuf Pathan. That was a big blow to them. Awana dismissed him as well. And in the end, 11 extras, 90 balls, 132 for 8.
There you go. These are the partnerships. 20 at the top, 70 between Kevin and Irfan. That's the only noteworthy partnership that we would see.
So just no real partnerships up front. And that's where they really lost out and failed to set it up early on. Just a real lone 70 or 42 between the 2 run scorers in the innings, O'Brien and Irfan Pathan. So having a look at the heroes in the second innings, some really good bowling performances all round. You've got to say they all did a brilliant job. Traeger, the most expensive, so he had an off day, but everyone else really did a great job. 4 for 13. Awana, Goni, Tufa and Jakati. Also the left arm spinner, he really had a great performance today. So polished performance from the Kings with the ball, with the bat as well. They were superb.
There you go. This is the match summary. Rajasthan Kings making 176 for 4. Uthappa 72, Masakadza 52, and Kandy Samp in reply 132 for 8.
Okay, we'll be back shortly with a post-match. We'll see you in a minute.
Hi.
Hi.
Veteran commentators here.
Lovely to meet you.
Who are the other two?
What do you mean? Mr. Imran Ashmin, Mr. Rohit Bavri, and Mr. Akbar. Yeah, Mr. Imran Ashmin.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
Yes.
Ashmin, yeah. And then Mr. Rohit Bavri. He's not here.
No idea.
Okay, sorry.
So what are we doing here now?
Rohit Bavri and
Welcome back. It's a beautiful evening. We've been entertained in the first game of 2 today. Been a really good game. Rajasthan Kings have really come out the blocks at a million miles an hour, and they've put together a brilliant performance with a really convincing win, with Kandy Samp Army not having much in reply, falling 44 runs short. And Rajasthan Kings get their campaign off to the perfect start. We look at some performances. Awana, he was exceptional. You look at it, Uthappa as well, the skipper, with a wonderful knock, 72 of 30. Brilliant innings from him, along with Mazakatsa. 52 not out of 32. And Angelo, what a knock to close it out in that inning. So really wonderful work. So I'm going to go down to Roshan now, who is down at the post-match presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation where we've seen Rajasthan Kings beat Kandy Samp Army quite comprehensively in this the Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. And hello and a warm welcome to the post-match presentation of the Magic Win Sports Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. And we are ready with our presentation. And let me first start, let me thank our partners, our developers, Star Sports, Bally's Entertainment. And our first player is the Magic Win Sports Player of the Match. He will receive an award of US 500 and will be presented by Mr. Imran Ashmin. And it goes to Robin Uthappa for his knock of just 30 balls, 6 sixers and 5 fours. Next award is the Rajasthan King Electric Award of US 500 and will be presented by Mr. Rohit Bavri. It goes to Parvinder Awana. He will receive US 500 as well. And our final award is the Maximum Sixers, that is Kandy Samp Army Maximum Sixers, an award of US 500, will be presented by Mr. Aksha, and it goes to Robin Uthappa for his 6 sixers. 500. That concludes our post-match presentation.
Thank you, Roshan. Great to see the prize winners. The next match, they're waiting for it. Not for long to go. They're all waiting for it. So we've been entertained here. Kings getting off to a great start, and after the break there's going to be Dubai Giants taking on Delhi Devils in match 3. That'll be next. So we'll make sure you don't go far. We'll be kicking off this match very, very shortly. So don't go far. We'll see you soon.